talking about. Yes, every qualification that we do here, sorry, I should have started recording that ages ago. Every qualification we do at ASQ is British qualifications, all verifiable. So to tell you, we've been on ground and we are here. We've got our office in Lagos. So a lot of people that were chatting, negatively online over the course of this week, all they needed to do was just to go to ring our London office, because I'm in London at the moment. I'm at the office, ring our London office, or they might as well walk into our Lagos or Abuja office. Now, the Abuja office is not started operating. We've only just acquired the property and is going to be open to public from the 10th, which I'll be in Nigeria myself from the 4th. And what we are trying to do here is to give you first-hand information. Now, I would like you people to understand this. It's extremely easy for people to strip information offline. But I'm telling you, these are bits of information. It would make sense if you were able to make full sense of the information that you have. But people don't understand the work that goes through behind the scene. So that information that you've stripped offline and you've read and you think you understand, not until you get into the process and you start paying before you know that you don't know much about it. That's the first thing. One of the things as well is with the information that you've got, as Dayo will come in, it will explain a few things to you. There's somebody else coming in. As you come in, it will explain a few things to you where you will understand where we are coming from and why you see this 5K that we've taken off of you will easily give you 45 grand back if you decide to follow suit with us. That is going to introduce you talk about qualification and all that. And when it comes to pricing, just because you guys have believed and just because you guys have come here today, is going to take a whole lot of your British qualifications if you want to do it. Which I believe, sorry, somebody's raising their hands. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. Okay, Mr. Daniel, I know you're driving. You can ask your question if you want quickly.
I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I had raised it earlier.
Okay, that's fine. So as we continue, just to let you know, again, welcome. I would hand this over to Dayo. We are here today to, just before I hand over to him, understand that we are here to answer questions. Understand that as you are learners, we are also learners. And over the course of time, we'll answer as truthfully, as honestly as we can, basically. Somebody said they can't hear anything. Ms. Folake Goldie. Ebenezer, can you look into that, please?
We can hear from here, so it's just checking.
I believe every other person can hear. So I think you might have put yourself on mute if you can't hear. So as truthfully as we can, and as close to being able to achieve our goal and your goal as well as we can. So over to Mr. Dayo Adeniyi.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dayo Adeniyi, and I'm not going to take our time with the information that a lot of us know already, because a lot of things about this healthcare visa is available online. And I'm very, very sure that a lot of us have made efforts to be here, would have checked one thing or the other. I will have some bits and pieces of information that you gathered already. So we are not going to bore you telling you the obvious. Samson, can you hear me? Okay, that's fine.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I just want to be sure that I'm doing that. Okay, that's fine. So the healthcare work visa had been available for almost a year now.
Since August 2020.
Yeah, it's not actually new, but there have been some changes to it, some additions to it And that is what we are trying to concentrate on. You see, if you understand the way that the UK is, the UK and most of Europe, what they've got is an aging population. The most part of Africa, we've got a very young population, but the UK, for one, they've got aging population. Most of the people that they are of age, and you see, like when the coronavirus hit, a lot of these aged people, they clogged the NHS system because they have to be in the hospital for very long. Their immune system is low, blah blah blah, and because they've got an aged population, they need people to take care of them, and they don't want them to be cared for mostly in the hospital because it clogs their system. So there's a lot of care rooms, and there are a lot of people that have been taken care of in their homes, and so they need. And then some of the reasons why the preference came to Africa, for instance, is because if you look at as God made it, the COVID did not ravage Africa like people were expecting. They believe that Africans are strong and they've got better immunity to some of the diseases that goes around. And fortunately or unfortunately, however we look at it, the Europeans, UK left Europe, Brexit, and that made the exodus of European happened. A lot of Europeans went back to their country. So there's this, it has been shortage over time, but it now dug a massive hole in their system. So what they're looking is, this opened the door to the Commonwealth. So what they're looking for is to bring people, especially from the Commonwealth, this is not limited to Nigeria, from the Commonwealth to come in and fill some of these holes, some of these gaps. Now, they've noticed this over time. So this visa category is not new. But then, the healthcare work visa is classified under the shortage occupations. But then recently, I think around September last year, there was a further recommendation that instead of this health and care work visa, which classifies and which categorizes from doctors to nurses to care workers and a lot of occupation in between, which puts everyone together. Instead of this now, they singled out care worker and care workers in homes and care support. They singled this occupation out amongst the list. That was an advice was given to the government right around September, and in December, it was this occupation was singled out, and they decided to extend and made this not just the healthcare work visa, but the occupation for care work was singled out. Further directives on the exact thing they will be doing and all that will come in February. But then they've got fantastic deals to lure people, to bring people in. I'll tell you a few of them. One very important one is the healthcare surcharge. For anybody that is coming to the UK, if you are trying to apply for a visa, you are required to pay for NHS. They call it for your health services, and they call it the healthcare surcharge. The healthcare surcharge is £470 per year. So imagine this care work visa is 5 years. For somebody that is paying £470 per year, that means that at the point of your application, you'll be paying £2,350 for your healthcare surcharge for a 5-year visa. If your wife is coming, that is another 2,350. If you've got 2 kids, you can do the maths. So, but in the because they want to make it appealing to people, the government decided to waive this healthcare surcharge on this visa category. Also, the visa application fee had been drastically reduced. They made it such more appealing by saying that if you get the visa, you'll be able to bring your dependents, like your wife, your kids, all of them. You'll be able to get the same thing for them. And then they also made it fast track. Instead of you waiting for, they made it fast track, that the application goes in, comes quick, and that's it. So they're trying to make it very, very appealing to people. Now, there are some, I believe this information, most of us probably knows this, but then there are some hidden things. What the government, what you will find is you don't really require English language test for this. Maybe when you, because it leads, the visa category leads to it leads to you being to your citizenship. Like if you're here for 5 years, you're entitled to apply for your citizenship, and it's a path to citizenship. And maybe at the point of you applying for your citizenship, you will be needing to do your English language test. But for the purpose of this visa, it doesn't require English language test. Now, there are some hidden things there also. One of the most important thing for you to get this visa is for you to get sponsorship. You need to have an organization in the UK, which is amongst the organization that the government recognized to give sponsorship, to be able to give you a certificate of sponsorship. Now, this certificate of sponsorship, a lot of people think it is not a piece of paper like a certificate like this, just call it that. It's an electronic document which will be given you if, now these sponsors need to offer you a job. And the job must be paying a minimum salary of £20,480 that they will offer to you. And then you will also get a certificate of sponsorship. This, once you have this, it's as if you've done 95% of the work. The visa comes almost automatically for you. You need to use that to apply, but it comes almost automatically for you. Now, the problem that is here is getting this certificate of sponsorship and getting this job offer. Now, I tell you, we've seen organizations that will offer you this 20,480 job, and you be the one that end up paying them, because they are like it results in some form of slavery, to be honest with you, and they start milking the person for it and stuff like that. It's one of the things that happens. So I will advise anyone to be very, very careful of who you are relating with. That's one thing that works as a plus for us in this organization, because we are very, very open. And for most of you that are here, you will have seen it. We are not afraid to put our credibility outside for you to check and verify and see. And that is one thing. I believe we'll go into a little bit more into that later. But then like I said, the COS, certificate of sponsorship, is very, very important. That is what secures the visa. But then this has to be given to you by a company that is employing you. Now, this puts a lot of power into the hands of the employer. And now, it is said that, for instance, it is said part of what the government said is that you don't really require any qualification for this. That you could come from any background. You could come from any background. Let's say you could because I saw people asking that question that I'm not a healthcare worker, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a this or that. You don't need to be any of those. But there's one thing that is important here, is you having the local requirements. The local requirement for those sponsors to be able to find you appealing. If you understand, there are, let's say you've got a pool of, and there are a lot of people that's after this visa, to be honest with you. Let's say you've got a pool of 10 candidates and you are the employer. And you see a few of them that you have to spend money on to train them. You have the power is in your hand to choose who you give the certificate to. And whoever you give the certificate to is coming to work for you. That is how the government sees it. The person, and then the person must be in your employ for the period that the visa lasts. Let's say 5 years. Now, an employer looking to employ people, and you've got a pool of, say, 10 candidates, and 8 of them do not have the local requirements for them to be able to, I want to send them to a care home, but they don't even have the qualification for it. They don't have the local requirement. I, as an employer, I'll be reluctant to even look at their CV. Because I don't have time. Once I look at the CV and they don't have it, why would I waste do I want to bring them in and start? Okay, now, if I bring them in, I start sending them for training, and then I have some months of no productivity at my expense. A lot of employers will not want that. So, for the people that get successful with this, you need to make yourself appealing to the employer. How do you make yourself appealing to the employer? You need to get the local qualification. If not, the employer may not look at you. Very, very likely will not. So, part of what this organization is able to do, because we said it in the chat group, that we are going to tell you what is available for you here. I'm not going to belabor a lot of things with because I believe most of it, if I've not touched it, you can find it online. But I know a lot of people want to know what is in this for them. Part of the things that we are able to do for you here in this organization is, number one, we can clean, well, don't let me use the word, we can touch you up and make you look very, very appealing to those employers. And then we can present you to those employers, and then we can secure the certificates that you want for you. And then your application is sorted, if you get what I'm saying. So that is
sorry,
that
quickly,
is,
can
yes.
I just add to that, if you don't mind?
Yes.
As a company, just like Dayo said, because due to our experience that we've got in this field, a lot of people, as you can see, people were coming on yesterday trying to say that, look, that you can find all this information online and things like that. But I want to say something to you. The same list that you've got, which is the list of all the suppliers, that is the NHS suppliers and the sponsors. If you were to call with your Nigerian number from Nigeria, and if I were to call on your behalf from here to find you a sponsor, my question to you is, who do you think they listen to first? First things first, we've got a platform here, which is why we've put ourselves forward. We've got a platform here. Our platform is already known here in the UK. And I mean on a level where we're working with the government training people. And with this platform, we believe, we are able to approach a host of other people. That's the first thing. We'll be able to talk on your behalf. Second thing, just to add to what Dayo was saying, you see, where we're different is we do not just do health and social care. We do other things as well. So a good example, we found somebody who can afford it. Now, out of all these people that are here, we found a family, somebody who's just tired of it, is ready to relocate. one of the things is, if people want to relocate in Nigeria, I understand that people go through immense stress to get money and to be able to relocate. And it's only if you don't have a heart, you will take somebody's money. But some people sell their houses. Some people sell the whole property they've got. They've thought about it. I've seen people crash. That is, their whole expectation crashes when they don't get a visa. So what we do is, we will tell you, we'll advise you, we'll look at your case scenario, we'll advise you whether it's right time to do something or not. We are not after money. We're after success, because it's success that really brings the true money. That's the first thing. And then if we're able to advise you, now you have your spouse. Say is the wife that is coming as a carer, and she's got 5-year visa, understanding that she can bring a whole lot of people, the whole family in and all that. What will the husband be doing? We have other qualification that the husband feels like, look, I cannot care for anybody, because part of caring is basically sometimes you got to bathe somebody, an adult person. Maybe is incapacitated or something. You've got to go there, take care of them. That is what care is all about. And your husband feels he doesn't want to do that. He might join into health and safety. He might join into construction. He might join into other aspects completely. And this will put both of you as soon as earning. Now, your kids go to school for free in the UK. So understand that. What will be the problem now is how you guys can keep a roof over your head. And with this, if we are able to get 2 people firing, so you will not get this from anybody else that is actually promoting this, that they will stick their hand in their chest and they'll tell you that, look, I will settle both couples in whatever different trade they want. Not whatever, but at least in the different trades with English qualifications. This is the same British qualifications that they use in the UK. They use it in the Middle East as well. This is where it's good. Because it's the same standard they use in the UK, they use in the Middle East. So if you go to Qatar, you would find that this British qualification, you are deemed as an expatriate the moment you are holding that. They'll be offering you, the kind of money they offer you is different from what they will offer somebody that comes with a Nigerian degree. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the person that comes with a Nigerian degree is not smarter. It's just that guy carries the British qualification, which is exactly what I will be talking about, which is exactly what we will be offering from our shores. Now, one of the things is to strengthen your hold and to make you look more appealing. If you look at a host of other people that's doing what we are doing, because we know there's 1 or 2 that are doing it. I believe some are scammers, but there's 1 or 2 that are doing it. None of them will offer you British qualification by a British awarding body. None on Nigerian soil. We already know that. Now, when I mean like this health and social care, if we are maybe 2. And now another thing is our certificate is verifiable all around the world. You can go around, talk to our awarding body. Once you see, we will give you the name of the awarding body. They already know us. They set us on this path because we've anticipated what is going on years ahead. And that's why we are here. We are not here just by chance. Everything is not a stroke of luck. Why we are here in Lagos, why we are set up in Lagos, and we just done our Abuja office. We've seen this long before the British came out of Brexit, that there's going to be a gap, and eventually, who are they going to come to? The Commonwealth, because these are the people they colonized. And this is for chance. And another thing is, the Europeans that are here, we've got Albanians, Lithuanians, Romanians. You look at somebody giving care, but English is not their first language. Nigeria, 90% of us speaks English. I can tell you that 56% of us at least has strong education above secondary school. Nigerians are not lazy. Nigerians are not dumb. Nigerians love money. And the fact about it is Nigerians here in the UK thrive. And the only way they thrive is by information. When I came into this country, I didn't have half information that you have. I'm not born here. But I came here seeking for greener pasture like everybody else. But when I came here, I came for master's degree. And this is a story from me where I completed my master's degree but had no job. And I suffered a lot. And what did I have to do? I went all the way back to be a laborer on construction site. That is level 1. But by the grace of God, I'm here. And I'm telling you that if you follow this information that you have now, you're not starting from the scratch. All this problem that you would have gone through, we've been through it as Nigerians here in the UK. And this particular platform is set up so that Nigerians, because you will meet Nigerians from Qatar, from the Middle East, Nigerians here from UK who would testify to the fact that we've bettered their lives. And this is our own path, is what our prayer is, and is what we are actually going through. And for us to be able to get through this, we would like you guys to understand where we are coming from, and also Nigerians to be articulate. It's not easy to trust people, but as you can see now, where we are is a far cry from where everybody is seeing. And I believe by the time we have the next session, it'll be too late for the offer that everybody that has made that 5K payment, as both directors, I said, we already have prices of what the qualification would be just because of the commitment. These qualifications are brought here is to even find, yes, they have people that are doing and all that, but to get one that, when you get into the UK, you hit the ground running. Now we've got people that are coming. Now we've got people that have collected student visas and took their family in. And then once they get there, it hits them. Once they get here, how things run. It hits them. First, the cold, accommodation-wise, everything is stressful. And then afterwards, they sit down 3, 4, 5 months. They don't even know what to do. Lack of information. We have caught you all that out. Basically, you have an organization who is going to be fighting your cause. Sorry, 2 people are waiting. 1 minute. Yeah, you have an organization who will be fighting your cause, who you can put a call through, who advise you on ground, and who, if you follow what we are going to start telling you regarding qualifications and things like that, it'll be easier for you. You make yourself amazingly appealing for any employer here. So I will go back to Dayo and let Dayo continue, please. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you, Samson. So like I said earlier, I don't see any reason why we should just be talking about some information that is easily available for everyone online, and which I believe most of us have seen or accessed already. But if you've got any question with regards to the healthcare visa itself, that maybe something that you don't know that you want to ask, please feel free to raise your hand, and I believe the moderator will be able to allow you to ask your questions. But I believe the thing that is most important to a lot of us is not just information about the visa that is available. It is more about how we get our application done, how we get the sponsorship, the job offer, and how we get the certificate of sponsorship. And like something I've told you already, we are ourselves at this time, we are not sponsors. We've got our recruitment arm, and we will be looking to become sponsors shortly. But we are not sponsors. But for us, because we've been doing this over a long time, and we've been able to establish some very, very, very good network, we have other organizations that are sponsors that we're working with. And that we've done consultation with some of them, and we know that part of what they require, part of what they want is they don't want they want people to work, to come and work, but they don't want people that will become like burden even onto the organization, that they will now start to be thinking of how to train and stuff like that. So that is part of the way that we come in, because we could make you appealing to them. At the end of the day, when you it's a sponsor that is going to give you all you need to be able to do this. And we've been able to establish with some of them, and they are desperate for people. But there's one thing that we need to be very, very mindful of here. I told it to a few of my, I'm a Yoruba boy, and there's something that we say that Enito Yara Lubungbi, that is the person that is quick and swift. They're the ones that are that the gods support, something like that. It is very, very important that we note that this visa category has been opened up for a year, just a year. There are some, now you see, we had to seek legal advice on this, because there are some clauses in this, in what the government said, When the government have their feel of people coming in and they think they've got enough, they might shut it. If after 1 year, they think they've not had enough, they can decide to extend it further. But provisionally, a gap of 1 year had been opened for this. And you see, because it takes time for you to, to dress up yourself and stuff like that, the earlier anyone start moving on this, the better. Because we need to take it and run with it. That is long and short of what I'm saying. Anyone that is actually interested in this should think about seizing the bull by the horn and moving with it quickly, because the 1 year gap, the 1 year that is opened up for, it could be reduced. It could end at any time, and possibly it could be extended if they think that they want some more. The number that they want is anybody's guess, but for now it is opened. And the quicker anyone gets on it, and prepare yourself, because it could take a bit of preparation. It's not something that you just jump in and throw your application in, and before you can even get your application anyway, you need to get your sponsorship certificate. So your certificate of sponsorship. So the earlier one moves with it, the better. Okay, I think there's someone raising up their hand. If we can.
That's me. If I could just share the screen quickly. So Diane was talking about sponsorship. So let me just quickly.
There's also one Tessie Emmanuel.
Yes, I understand. Just before Tessie says something, so let me just share this screen quickly. Can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see the screen? I would like us to pay attention to this. I would like us to pay attention to this. So this is so important. So basically, we already started this route. Initially, it wasn't even for health and social care. This sponsorship route. We've already started it, went to our lawyers and did everything. And this is us being 100% honest. And it is extremely daunting to get this license. Anybody that's been through, anybody that's lied to you that it was easy or that said that is lying to you. And it's taken well over 8 months that we've been at it. But if you read through here, care providers who do not already hold a sponsor license in the skilled worker route can prepare to take advantage of the offer by registering for sponsorship license ahead of implementation. Providers who are new to visa sponsorship will be supported through the process, through a series of engagement activities in January and February. The reason why I said this to you is the January and February, please pay attention to that, because it's in motion right now and we are chasing it. This is not to say that we are not working with other sponsors, but it's saying that even us as well, because what they've said is they are going to make it a lot easier to actually get a sponsorship visa to be able to get, stop sharing. 1 minute, please. this sponsorship visa to be able to actually get sponsors, that sponsors can come in. It's a massive problem. I've read that to you to understand that for them to be looking at even more sponsors January and February, it means that the directive that is coming would not probably start until early March. And I'm saying after early March, there will be 12 months. And please remember, we are not alone. We are dealing with Ghanaians, we are dealing with the Canadians, any other person that's on the Commonwealth. Also remember that there are some people on ground already who are here and they don't even know what to do. It still doesn't mean that you will not get there before them, because a lot of people are sitting at home with no information. Here in the UK, they've gotten the visa, their dependent visa and all that, is still not in work. Some are coming in this morning as we speak, and they have no clue what they're going to do. You have first-hand information before. So I will let
there's someone that raised a question here on the chat here. Say, how long can I get permanent residency if I successfully get the visa? The visa is well, how long can I get? Now, if you're talking of permanent residency, before you become a permanent resident, you have to have lived in the UK for a minimum period of 5 years legally. So what you are going to get with the healthcare visa is a 5-year work permit, which makes you able to live in the UK for 5 years legally. And you see, there are some visas that do not contribute to your residency. They do not lead to residency. But this one is a path to your residency. So if you have the healthcare now, well, another thing also that you need to take note is that it depends on what the employer is offering you, because the visa itself runs between 3 to 5 years. It is not automatically 5 years. If the employer offers you a 3-year certificate of sponsorship, you will be getting a 3-year visa. And then maybe they can give you an extension if they apply for an extension for you later. But the visa is between 3 to 5 years. And if you spend 5 years legally in the UK, you're entitled to apply for your permanent residency. I believe that to answer the question for Matthew Praise. That is great. Now we've got Tessie, I think. If you can let Tessie ask a question, please. Tessie Emmanuel.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for your detailed information. I just had one little one question, and it says you talked about having the local qualification. So I'm of the opinion that what exactly is that local qualification that you talked about? Because you didn't really mention what it's all about, like if it's like a health training, or I don't really understand when you said local qualifications.
It was just coming there.
Thank you very much, Tessie. That is a valid question, valid observation. Now I'm going to explain to you. The UK has their standard, the British standard, and the British standard is one of the most recognized standards worldwide. They've got, I believe maybe because they colonized most part of the world, they've got a lot of appeal to different countries with their standards. And you see, that is why you see some of us that labored and did the university degree and all that, and you come to here and they will say they don't recognize it. They first tell you, go and bring your transcript. They want to verify that. You bring the transcript, they'll tell you, go and contact NARIC, try and convert. And still, even with that, you will still need to do their local qualification added to yours and top it up before you can get anything. And that is what happens here. When I talk the local qualification, I'm telling you, to be honest with you, the qualification, we have doctors and nurse, or important healthcare people that comes here, and for them to even be able to do anything, they have to even do some of this qualification that I dare to say that is well beneath them. But those are the local qualifications that they recognize because it is to their standard. You see, I will not, if you get into this qualification, you will not blame them because their things are well structured. You'll understand, I'm not questioning our education system, but we are given a lot of theories. But you will understand practically what this A leads to B and all that. And you see, they know that, and they know the way that they want their care to be given. So for you to be able to operate in that sector, you will need those qualifications that is local to them, which is the one that is recognized by their institutions. You are going to need that 1,000%. Now, I'm going to quickly tell you. I'm going to quickly tell you this. I'm going to quickly tell you this because I'm aware of one organization that is talking about training people also and stuff like that. There are different kinds of qualification that you can get trained on. The choice is to you. There are qualifications that are, now I'll give you an example. We are an approved training organization in the UK here. We can train and certify you on certain things. Yeah, but it will now be up to the employer. Now, if we do self-certification within the UK, there are some employers that will accept it, but it will be left to at the employer's discretion to say that this is a recognized standard. But then there are qualifications that are regulated by the Office of Qualification and Examination. They call it Ofqual. That is regulated by Ofqual in the UK here. Ofqual is the top accreditation body from the government. They look after qualification and examinations. So anything that is Ofqual sealed, anywhere you take it to, 1,000%, they will have to, it is recognized. Even outside of that is what is called the standards. They are the one that does the standards on education. So that means if you do anything that is Ofqual regulated, you have worked to the standard and nobody can argue against the standard. So I can tell you authoritatively that there is no organization that can boast of being able to train you and give you Ofqual certificate in Nigeria except ASQ. You can do your findings, it's there. I've thrown it out. Just as you guys did your findings and you got here. Go and say that again. For anybody that will give you anything, probably from the shores of Nigeria, you will probably get a self-certification. Maybe. You probably get a self-certification. If you get the self-certification, if it is okay for your employer, that is fine. Let's say is an agency, is one of those supplying agencies that wants to give you your certificate of sponsorship. It will now be on the agency to take your self-certified something and go and give it and see if the employer wants that. It is left to the employer. But I can guarantee you 1,000% that I can guarantee you that most employers, if it is not the standard, they don't want to touch it. They don't want to deal with it because there are a lot of things that is tied to this, and these employers, they are vicariously liable for whatever you do. If you are working for them, let's say you come to the organization to work and something goes wrong, and something does always go wrong a lot of times, and something goes wrong, they want to know what kind of education you've got. Let's say the HSC or the government step in and look at things, and your employer employed you with a certification that is not recognized, that does not meet, that is not of the standard. The employer will now be the one to take the stand and explain why it took somebody that does not qualify to the standard that the regulation puts down. And that is a kind of stress that you don't want, that the employers don't want. So it is very important for a lot of employers to get people that are trained to the right standard. And for the local qualification question, it now comes to either is it that self-made standard or is it the UK recognized standard? What we are offering, what we can offer anyone from this organization, because we've been doing this for years, is trainings and qualification to the Ofqual standard. And everyone gets issued the Ofqual certificate that is verifiable, just like Samson said, verifiable anywhere, all over the world, and which is what the employers desire for you to have here. A lot of this qualification, we've been able to adapt it that it can be delivered remotely to you even in Nigeria there. And once you get through, let's say for anyone that wants to get on those qualifications, once you get through with the qualification, we'll be able to go step forward and present you to the sponsors. That if you want us to do that now, for some it's just going to be if you don't have the qualification, it's just going to be a wasted effort. Then we'll be able to present you to the employers and be able to secure your certificate of sponsorship. And once you secure that, that is about 95% of the job done. It's your visa is just a matter of you applying, and it comes like automatic, like clockwork. So I can see something raising his hand.
Yes, thank you, Dayo. Just to hit the nail in the head, because that lady, I believe that she sort of wanted to know what we've got to offer. So we've got two things, two qualifications in line right now. The first one is Level 2 award in health and social care skill support. We can lead you to our Awarding Body website so you can have a look at it, what the qualification is all about and all that, what certificate you're going to get, how can people verify these certificates and all that. That's the first one. And then we've got Level 3 award in health and social care support skill. These are the two qualifications that we've got to offer. This qualification is developed bespokely to be able to meet the criteria. Now, if we were to jump you guys from, so this is an award, if we were to jump you to the diploma part of things, I can guarantee you that we will not be able to meet the requirement, because the way care is, the way our system is set up in Nigeria is totally different from the way the system is set up here. And I'm talking about, how you take care of people and things, the equipment you use, how the bed is, how you raise the bed, and it's totally different. So what we've been able to do is to agree with the awarding body. Now, this is our pride, because if we are able to approach our awarding body and be able to relate what the problem is abroad, and then they're able to develop a bespoke qualification where they now take it to the Ofqual. To Ofqual, who is the main, so Ofqual is like Ministry of Education. It's like the minister stamping something in Nigeria, and everything is under Ministry of Education. Everything in the UK is under Ofqual. And then they say, look, this thing will go internationally to be able to help recruit people. Can you stamp it? And then they stamped it. That's what they did. So we are currently going through a process for this whole February where the EQA, that is External Quality Assurer, my awarding body, is looking into what we've developed for the qualification for Nigeria specifically, for Africa, in fact, not Nigeria alone. Because I believe that from what is started here today, we will have Ghanaians and South Africans, just as in construction, they'll be calling us on health and social care when they start seeing the success story. So this, we believe, from early March, we will be able to start delivering. So we are ready to register from now. We'll be able to start from early March. I'm talking about first week in March, or even before then. because some of they will give us in batches. So they will give us, there are certain units that are attached to this. So we can start probably mid to end of February. We can start training people in health and social care support skill. Please remember what I said. This is a purely British qualification. This is the same qualification that when you take to Dubai or Qatar, that look, I know health and social care support. They will reel you in like a fish. And we've seen it happen because of how we've been able to immensely contribute to what is going on in the Middle East. And they don't see you as just anybody, they see you as an expatriate, because you might as well tell them that this qualification, you did it on English soil. So not too many people, like you said, we are probably the only organization, I say probably, and I mean 70%, that they've given right to, because they've tested us to the limit here in the UK, as Nigerians, knowing what Nigerians are like. When they are checking everybody 2 times, they check us 8 times, just because we're Nigerian. Eventually, that became a positive thing for us, because they've checked us so many times that they eventually now trust our ways, and they've allowed us. They were the ones who allowed us, who gave us the idea to come and set up here, because they were emphasizing what is going to happen anyway. And we are where we are. So this qualification will come at a cost, but I can guarantee you that we will not fail. It's a pass or pass. What I mean by pass or pass is, once you go through the whole process, you've paid for it. If you don't meet some criteria, we will take you over that criteria again until you meet that criteria. Except if you are super dumb, which there are some people like that. Believe it or not, I've seen their footprint on this, this Telegram that we are on, because they will not do their due diligence to check us. So there are some people like that, that they will not meet it, and then all is gone. But I believe that 80% of people that register for this qualification, now the process I will quickly allow Maria Dino to take you through the registration process. Just a brief talk about, who's the admin here in London, about the registration process, what it entails and things like that, how we are going to get about, and how you end up getting your certificate. So let me just, if you can, please say something, Maria.
Yeah, hello everyone. So to introduce myself, my name is Maria and I'm the admin manager in London office. So about the registration process, this registration, it's simple and straightforward. I would need you to complete 3 simple forms. First one will be the registration form with all your details. And then a second one will be like an induction sheet where you're going to be briefed about all our policies. And then a third one would be with a few basic questions about what made you choose this qualification, why you're doing it, and what you're going to do in the future after you're going to have this qualification. So after I'm going to have those forms completed by you, I will get you registered with our awarding body. And once I'm going to have that, then you are due to start the process. So this is an easy process of registration. It's not hard. So I guess that's it. Any questions?
What about the proof? So she will also be giving you a proof of registration.
Yes, well? Yes. It's a letter of confirmation that you've been registered to that specific qualification.
And also from your proof of qualification, you can contact the awarding body if you wanted to know about the agency and things like that. But what this does basically is, once you're able to secure this, the way we've been selling ourselves, or people that we're going to be bringing in to these sponsors, is that we've already taken the training duties off of them. And I'm telling you, 50% of care homes here do internal training. We're not doing internal. We are doing UK recognized training. So we're telling them that, look, we're not even training them internally. We are training them as professionals. And then they're coming in. So when you have a good example, if you have level 6 so the health and safety, health and social care skill support goes up to level 5, I think. Unfortunately, it is just under degree level. Anything MVQ in this country that is level 6 is degree level. That is, you might have taken that you've gone to school for 6 years. Anything up onto level 7 is master's degree level. That is in any qualification at all. And when you're going to be taking this this, if you eventually choose to go for this qualification, if you're going to be taking it, all this will be explained to you how things work here in England. So, so I don't know if this answers the question. I know we've not talked about price yet. To me, okay, somebody's asking what the cost is. Right, cost-wise, this qualification, we looked at it, we've taken it away from how the pounds is. We've pegged it at 400,000 naira for level 2. And we've pegged it at 550 for level 3, 1,000 naira. But you see, those people, see, so this is my most exciting moment. Those people who paid that 5K, because there's a lot of, I've admitted more than 42 people. 42 people didn't pay. Those people who paid that 5K will have this qualification for 350K. I'm telling you now. Just because they believed and they paid that 5K, they will have it for 350K. Now, there is nothing we are hiding here. As again, let me quickly put it to everyone what the prices are. I will type the price in there so that you have it, and I will say those people, there's about 20-something odd out of that 700. I know people were mocking about and all that, but now you guys see we are serious and we are the real deal. What we are saying is, even because I cannot guarantee that everybody, I can't guarantee anything. I can guarantee that not everybody will get to UK, but those ones that do not get to the UK could actually go on to other places in the Middle East. You've started. Apart from that, if you choose that you don't even want to do, a good example, I see some men here, the only reason why they are here is, look, I'm looking for a way out. There are even some other ways entirely. We are talking about level 3 health and safety. We're talking about different construction qualification. In construction alone, we have 250 qualifications, MVQs, that will plaster you anywhere you want to go. I mean, anywhere you want to go, they will not see you as I don't want my kin men to come to London and sweep the streets. I want them to come to London and get into a proper paid job. Now, somebody is asking if, can we make, yes, so you can pay in installments. So for those who who've paid the 5K, I'm going to pay 350K. In fact, for everybody, what we do to put people's mind at rest is we split the payment into 2. Before you register, you pay us, we give you proof of registration, we take you through all the process, you take the qualification, you do all that. Once you've done that qualification and your certificate is here, we send you without your certificate number, because once you see that number, basically, or once you have a copy of it, case closed, the certificate itself, the original is useless. Once you have a copy of it, that's what people want to know. So we send you your name, and that's just a small peek out of it. We'll send it to you, and you see that it's there, and then you pay us the other half. And we'll make sure that when we give you a time frame, we answer everybody. As you can see, we were answering you, confirming payments since yesterday and all that. Anybody that is not satisfied or that we felt like it feels cheated, we will refund their money. Because it's not about the money to us. Again, people didn't understand that. It's about success. Yes, somebody's asking who can take this qualification. So this qualification, as long as you can read and write, you've gone above secondary school, maybe you've got OND, you've got this, and you're good at it, you can take it. The fact about it is, we'll be recruiting or putting one of our assessors from here, not recruiting, sorry, putting one of our assessors from here, who is probably an English lady. We would like to use the English, a lot of people are busy, but would like to use somebody English so that their accent you can latch onto, because this is exactly the way they're going to be talking to you when you get here on the qualification. So we'll be looking to put an English lady to train you. If not, in Nigeria like us, they'll be able to communicate on a high level to be able to train you. And okay, so yes, I did, madam. So somebody is asking, so let me just say to everyone in the meeting, the level 2, sorry, cost of 400K. Level 3. Sorry, 1 minute. Level 3 costs 550K because the training, somebody's asking if the training is going to be physical. It's remotely. So as we are doing it now, that's how the trainer will be doing it. We can make it physical, But to be honest with you, because we've had to, they don't pay the same amount. We here in the UK, they pay way more. Here in the UK, we've had to streamline this cost so that people can afford it. So in the UK, you can have people to, like to come into classroom and show you things. What we've done is we are doing award only to get you on the ladder to make you appealing. When you get to the UK and you start working, we will now take you through, the certificate or the diploma, which has to do a bit with hands-on. So the certificate or the diploma, you have to show a bit of stuff. So there are some things you have to identify that you could do, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of
somebody saying for this level 3 that you were giving subscriber for. No, it's not level 3, it's level 2, please. I said level 2, level 3 is 550, and level 3 is 400. That's what I said. Subscribers that came here will get level 2 for 350. That's what I was saying. Please don't get me wrong. Believe it or not, is extremely hard. Can you confirm you can give one-on-one consultation? Yes, we can give. So again, people didn't understand when we were saying nothing is free, somebody's got to pay for it. If you want one-on-one consultation, the people that paid 5K, we're ready to listen to them. That is to be able to, ask whatever questions they've got. They can come to us. We can send them. They can send email, because we send them email today. They send email to us. I will confirm, and we know them. If you don't pay anything, you've been allowed on here. That's fine. We have 47 people. It's not everybody that get it. You got to pay the 400 quid. 400K. If you want to come on here, basically, if you want to come on the qualification, and it's up to you if you want to take it or not. We already know that this, again, likes of the Ghanaians will be coming to us, South Africans will be coming to us. It depends on who wants to get on the bandwagon. So it's up to you. Can one use level 2? Of course, level 2 is called skilled labor level. So this is the way it's done in England. Level 1, somebody's asking if one can use level 2 to get a job. Level 2 is the job. Level 2, so you have level 1. Level 1 is the beginner. A good example in construction, level 1, you will be a construction, you'll be a laborer on site. Now, people get it wrong. Laborer, you'll be looking at all those people that are carrying pom-pom on the head in Lagos and stuff like that. No, doesn't work like that. Yes, you carry the same principle, but this, when you're on level 1, it gives you access to see what level 2 people are doing and to choose a trade that you want. Now, in health and social care, there is no level 1. It starts from level 2. And that level 2 makes you a skilled worker. Yeah. And I will suggest, so when we pay 350K for level 2, we will now pay 550K. So this is, see, if you register for level 2 and 3, you will not pay 550K for level 3. And I will give you a reason why. Because you register for both, there are some units in level 2, or it might be different. I believe that because you're registering for both, we will be extremely considerable. In fact, right now, if you're registering for both, we can reduce that level 3 to 400. So cut 150K off. That's if you're registering for both. For us here, nobody's going to jump the hoop to level 3, except you can prove to me that you got health and social care knowledge. If you do that, there are some people, a good example, nurses that have been working over a period of time, and they want to go for this, basically, and they need this qualification, we put them on level 3 straight away. In fact, we look at what they've got and try and put them, if possible, level 4 or 5, depending on how we assess them. There's an initial assessment we carry out to find out what your depth in knowledge is. So this is what we are going to be going through to let you understand, that. So we are going to reduce that price. So please, again, I'm just going to put that down price-wise, that if you're going to take both, if you've registered, so if you're going to take both, that means if you've not registered, it's 800K for both. If you've not registered. And it's not just me, we do not want you to pay us everything. We like to run it concurrently. If you want to pay everything ahead, that's fine. But we would like you to take the level 2 first, understand what the principle is all about, and then we'll move to level 3 afterwards. And then we can prove. Now, it's not what is in your hand, it's what we can prove on your behalf as a center here in the UK. Believe it or not, if they find out that we've helped somebody in a way, or the person doesn't meet the standard or something, they shut us down. And if they shut our London center down, they will have shut all of that, because this is the main hub. This is where they check us. They check everything that comes from Middle East, from Africa. They check everything in London. Everything passes through London. A good example, once we are done and the assessor marks your qualification, is fine. There's internal quality assurer marks the qualification and it's fine. Once they are done, they've done all that, we will request for the certificate. The certificate will not come to the Nigerian office. It comes to the London office first in Stratford. So when it gets here, we will now look at it, look at the people, inform, this is what Maria has been doing. She's extremely good at it. Inform the people that are there or inform the Lagos office. They get across to everybody to say your certificate is ready, come and pick it up. And please, what we would like as well is we would like you, I don't know if anybody saw it yesterday, football agent training that we trained. There was a gentleman who walked into our office to collect the qualification and we were able to take a picture. And we will be able to build what I can put like a track record for you, showing that you've been through it, is legit. People can see that everything is legit. And then we would show you how others will be checking this qualification online. I'm talking about employers. We will show you how your certificate can be verified. You will see your name on the UK verification list. So basically, you've joined the UK education sector when you're on there. Sorry. So somebody's asking, how about health professionals like physiotherapists, optometrists, nurses? Well, with you guys, physiotherapists and all that, you already have the baseline. If a physiotherapist, they will even be a whole lot softer on doing care. So again, it comes down to initial assessment. As a physiotherapist from Nigeria, it could be a case of you skipping level 2, depending on the initial assessment, and then we'll tell you, look, with what we've seen, and we go to our awarding body to say, can this person go on level 4? You might have to pay for level 4. I know I haven't talked about level 4 payments. Not now, we're not going to do that here. We are focusing on levels 2 and 3. But yes, every other person in this sector is allowed and they can come on. So please, 550K is the only money I'm going to spend for. No, geez, 550K is not the only money you're going to spend in the UK. It's just the start. You've got your visa money, you've got flight money, you've got accommodation money. There's a whole lot that comes into it. But what we are doing for you is we are putting you in front of the line. You must be able to jump. The queue is long. Like we said, this thing is about Commonwealth nations, not about Nigeria. It's not about you yourself. And it depends on who we can get on. A good example, the executive director and myself were discussing yesterday, and we already know that we will, by God's grace, get the sponsorship in. Even when we get the sponsorship, it's only a number for us to be a straight organization. There's only a certain number of people that we can offer the sponsorship. And already, I can tell you, Lady G, that paid first, who believed is the first in line, as we discussed yesterday, when it comes to this sponsorship. However, we're going to do it. We'll be the first in line. I will follow suit all the way down with the times, because it's actually, this is why we registered on that payment portal, Paystack. You could go back there and dispute what we've said and take your money. But would it be fair for you, once you've got all this information, to go and dispute? That's why we set it up there. You see, Lady D is smiling. Yes, exactly. Because it's and it's a case of us going down. We've got a payment timeline. We will go the way those people are paid until where we don't have that power to be able to get you certificates of sponsorship. But there are people, there's hierarchy. And it's always about why. I remember Dio said something at the time. Sorry, Dio, I'll let you go on. He was saying to somebody that said, say, why you are contesting this, somebody else is winning. Somebody else has won because some people just jumped on it, dies that 5K. It's not about the 5K again. So one more thing, I've got a few more questions to answer quickly. Or should I let you, Dio, do you want to go on first? Okay, go on, please.
I saw some of the questions you answered where you skipped a few things. You skipped some questions, you skipped a few information.
Yes.
So I just want to add it quickly. I saw Elizabeth Kumzi asked how long for the qualification, and I saw a few other people ask how long for the qualification. Really, because it's the way education is done here, this kind of non-formal education, you don't really have a time limit. it depends on you yourself, on how much effort you put in. So the duration of qualifications is normally dependent on the candidate. What is here is that there has to be tangible trainer input, which you are going to get on each unit of the qualification. Because what we do, we offer a lot of help and support all the way. But then the qualification itself, to be honest with you, the level 2 qualification, to be honest with you, if you put the reasonable effort that is expected in it, a few hours a day, is something that you can finish maybe in a week. Although the guided learning hours will say differently. So it's not something that is like a lot of, I think I mentioned this before, that for people that are well qualified and all that, it looks like it's beneath you. But if you don't have it, you're not going to be recognized. I saw people asking the question about health professionals, optometrists, and all the rest of it. You are well qualified, but unless you have the local qualification. Now, when you now get the local qualification and you put your foot in, then you can now bring out all those, your doctorate degree and all that, and then you can look at how to convert and get onto some other thing. But you need to enter locally first, because even if you bring your degrees and everything in, it is the employer is not what they want. They want this local MVQ for this thing, this one for this. So even if you bring all those down for them, and if it is not transferred or topped up the way they want it, let's say you're a doctor now, or you want to be a doctor here, or a nurse here, for instance. There's an exam called OSCE. If you don't have it, forget it, no matter how long you've been doing whatever you are doing. So there are local requirements, and this is one way to meet one of the low-level local requirement that can put you in, and then you can add any other thing you want to add to it. I saw someone ask the question, like, who can take the qualification? And Samson answered it, but there's something that is relating to the visa. There's a certain kind of information here that I forgot to tell you, and it's been omitted around here. The visa category is open for people between 19 and 60 or 65 years old. The 60 or 65 is because they look at it, it's a job that could require a bit of strength. When you are getting weak, you may not be, and they look at us as very strong from our part of the world. So the visa is the visa, and the same way the training. The training you can take, even if your age is lesser, but for to what use is it going to be for you, unless you've got. So if it's for the purpose of this visa, let's just keep it between 19 and 60, 65, as he said. Samson, do you want to go on answering the questions, or should I take some of it?
Yeah, sorry, let me just take one. Somebody was asking, very important, Honorable Arumo, am I right? We'll give you a chance in a minute, please. Somebody said, hello, I'm already in the UK 6 months now, with 5 months experience with my wife, which is my dependent, in various care home in Midlands. Do we need the levels 2 or 3 as well? So what I say to you is, every other thing you can be earning and all that. If you are earning, you are actually in that position and you are earning, and you do not have certification. Honestly, what if that care home shuts down? What is yours? What is your gain? Is for you to, when you get to the UK and you start earning, you see money. Some people will send the money home to Nigeria. That is not what is. First, roll that money back into yourself. And if you do level 2, and then you do level 3, and then you are able to get on that ladder, it is what you can prove, remember. And you give it to your organization to say, look, I'm level 2, level 3. Look, level 3 over there, you are paying me £15 per hour. Level 3 over there, they pay him £20 per hour. I will leave. They will increase your money because of the shortage. Now you've put yourself in a position to bargain. Without this, you can't bargain nothing. You are just like everybody else. Put yourself in a position where you have an upper hand. Believe it or not, here in the UK, You are an immigrant. I am an immigrant. And the fact about it is, with immigrants, you have to do 3-4 times what the normal person that is born here, a normal English person, you have to prove 3-4 times. So when the person has just one level 2 in health and social care, you want to have level 4 to compete. That is 2, 3, 4. And they choose you first because now they see that you are way more. It's to tell you, this is what we've done here to be able to survive. That is, we eat with our 10 fingers. Whatever we got, we rolled it back into ourselves until we climb to that peak. And when you get to that peak, there's no, even when people want to be racist at you and all that, they have to reckon with you by force because you're a force to be reckoned with. And it's exactly what we are trying, to achieve here. So sorry, Honorable Araromi, Arumoye, please, can you please go ahead? I know you want to say something. You want to ask a question?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, I asked 2 questions. The first one goes like this. What's the difference between, hello?
Yes, go on.
Hello?
Yes, go on.
What's the difference between social work and health work? Hello?
Yes, go on, please.
Hello?
On. We can hear you.
The difference between a social worker and an health worker, and someone with a certificate of social work. So how does it go align with the health work program?
Sorry, okay. So the certificate is called Health and Social Care Support Skill. So you are merging both. Yeah, and you're asking, there is, see, it streamlines into different. So we've got people that do adult care. We've got social workers, and social workers, it could be with kids, it could be with the community itself and all that. And then you get and then you've got healthcare workers. Under these healthcare workers, there's a whole lot. You could be a dentist, you could be a doctor. There's a whole lot under that. But what we are talking about is you're combining health with social care work, and at a low level, which is a level 2. And I'm talking about you being able to look at the health side of things, and you being able to, okay, so a good example, I've got a 90-year-old man who's incapacitated. So the health part of me will say he wants to sit down, he can't sit down very well, or unfortunately, let me say the gory thing that you will see, he pulled himself. You have to be able to, the health part of you, your instinct must kick in, and your training must kick in to be able to lie down, get
And
whatever, clean him. This man, remember, is incapacitated. Clean him, change him. Once he's done that, now you can imagine that now he's finished all that, he wants to eat, you give him food, and then he decides that he wants to get on his scooter or what's it called, disabled chair, the electric one. He wants to go to the store with you. That's the social part. And you're gonna be relating with people on his behalf, doing things on his behalf. So it's a combination of 2 things, basically. So that is when it comes to health and social care on the level. So on this one, you are going to be joining 2 skills together, which is the health part, the social care part. And you are going to be climbing the ladder bit by bit. You start from level 2, and then you go to level 3, and then you go to level 4. Now, under level 2, you're doing a what? There's certificate, there's diploma. And I'm not saying that you have to do everything under level 2, no. But at least you move from, so when you are appealing to the person, you come over here, you start work and all that, nobody will tell you to move up the ladder. If you want to really earn money, because you look at what the level 3s are earning to you, and you look at the job description, what they're doing, you can do it. You're not a fool. So what you want to do is get yourself as well into the thing, and hopefully into the qualification setting, and hopefully you are able to move up the ladder as well. I'll let Dayo, do you want to say something?
Yes, sir. What's the entry level to that level 2? The entry level.
Oh, sorry. So that's what we've been discussing over a period of time. The entry level is at least have a formal education. Above secondary school, be able to read and write, and be able to, your listening skills has to be, you can hear me. And I believe that if you can hear me and you can talk, even as you are, I believe you can do it. As long as you can write, you can read, then sometimes it'll be daunting. There's going to be class exercise. There might be a workbook for you to complete, depending on, like how we're going to structure this and get it out to you. But I believe that as long as most Nigerians, again, I say 56% of us are educated, that is the best thing that our parents did for us. And that's the best thing we should do for our children. Education is amazing, because from that, it puts us a step ahead. And I believe from this is the reason why the British came out of EU already, because they are looking at English-speaking country, people who can communicate directly. Whoever from the EU that wants to come, now they have to go to embassy like we are going, and they have to pass the English language test, which they never did before, which is what we are doing. Even though we can speak English, we have to still pass all those things. But they are doing the same thing to get across to these shores now, because they want the best of the best. And with this particular qualification, with this visa, you don't even need English language stuff. This is why, because they are coming to Commonwealth nations, and Commonwealth nations speak what? Anglophone countries, they speak English. So I don't know, would you carry on again, Dayo? Have you got any more questions? Or do you want to carry on? Go on.
No.
Okay, thank you. There's someone here that asked a question that I think is the person's name is Frank, said for someone with level 3 and 6 qualification in HSC, I think he is asking health and safety qualification at level 3 and 6. What qualification is required? Now, you see, I've said this earlier. I've said something like this earlier, so I'm going to bring it. I'm going to try and make it more vivid. Yeah, you are a qualified doctor. Yeah, but because you've gone to school and earned that degree, and because that doesn't make you a qualified mechanic. The degree, your doctorate degree, takes a long time, takes a lifetime, but it doesn't make you a mechanic. Now, what they want, you are an HSC person, health and safety person, and it's huge, it's big. But what they want is caregiving. It is specific. So they need some specific skills for you to have before you are recognized as a caregiver. Some of it has to do with how you, because you should understand, there's a way they want communication to be done. How you communicate, there's a way they want you to handle patients. There's confidentiality issue. There's safeguarding issue. There is how you protect the vulnerable are there, which needs to
infection control as well.
Infection control, manual handling into it too, which you need to be trained on. You could be a professor in whatever fields you are. But if you're not a professor in that, in those manual handling, you are not suited for the job. That is the way. You see, in the UK here, to be honest with you, if you want to sweep the street, you need a qualification for it. There's hardly anything that you do on site. You want to take a hammer, you need small tools. But anything you want to do, there is a qualification for you. And the reason why there's a qualification is because it is Health and Safety at Work Act mandated that you must have the requisite information and instruction. It gives, that is how you can show it that this person has received instruction and training on this thing. An employer will not put you to work until they meet that regulation. If not, the employer will be in trouble. So you need the specific information that had been designed for that role that you want to play, and that is this is how you can get it for the health and social care.
Sorry, just in a nutshell, to tell you again, sorry, some people are raising hands. I think Mr. Omotoro Agum, please just or Miss, if possible. Just hold on a minute. So in a nutshell, what we are saying here is, first things first, what we've got to offer to you is this information. So you might decide to go other ways. You've already had information about how you can, when it comes to, I know right now the government, which I believe that will still go on, there's still a bit of directive that is coming this February that will change a little. So whatever that is said, anybody is saying to you and all that, this is what is started since 2020. There is something that is coming this February from British government where it will favor whatever that has been since 2020 already. So that directive, none of us know until they release it, which is online. And I'm saying it could be a case of them looking at it like, okay, you don't probably, yes, you have to have sponsors and stuff like that, but you have to meet some, smaller requirements or something. It could be a case of saying anybody that wants to come into this should be level 3 trained. Yeah, we don't know what is going to come out to add to this, but we know there's a directive coming out in February. That's the first thing. Also, we are here to be able to offer you qualification that will make you hit the ground running straight away. Yesterday, we attended, one of these things, one of the same thing that we are doing, somebody doing this. I don't want to name because there's no name and shame. We attended their platform just to see what others are offering as their competitors. And what they said shocked me because what they were saying is you will have to pay £5,000. In that £5,000 that you pay, that's £5,000. Before you even send it, you pay £2,000. Once you've done it, they can guarantee you certificate of sponsorship, basically, but they will get you to UK between 7 to 10 days. That's 7 to 10 days. You come there, you are there, you will come and do this training that we are talking about on UK soil, but you have to go back to Nigeria after that and then apply. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because half the people we run, half or 3/4 will not come back to Nigeria. I'm on this soil, I've paid 5K, and you're telling me to go back. So already from the start, they are setting you up to fail, as far as I'm concerned. Because if you have to go back and you don't go back, then that means that you've got 5 years visa and that thing is running out and all that. It makes it complicated. We don't want complications here. What we want is to be able to face you and tell you exactly what you are facing. But one of the things is they could not offer this same thing that I was on it yesterday and I'm looking, okay. So this tells you this is real, that we are the only ones that could offer this qualification right on this soil. So they brought you for 7 to 10 days, yeah, which you've paid for, and they guarantee you this certificate, which I don't know if it's guaranteed or not, but let's just admit that, yes, they've guaranteed you and they're legit and they gave you that certificate, but you have to come back after that training. So that means you came here to train.
Yeah, you need to receive it. That means you are receiving the training in UK. And they want you to come.
In UK, you are not receiving the training in UK here. For us, it's not even in-house training, it's government regulated one, and you're getting it from Nigeria. And it could get to a point, if we have people who want face-to-face, we can set it up. We've got meeting rooms, we've got training rooms in Lagos. Basically, our Abuja office, we are looking to, at our Abuja office, we are looking to set up like a small training room there as well. Hopefully it'll be open to the public from the 10th of February. And I'm saying that. So we've got that. Again, when it comes to certificate of sponsorship, which is what a lot of people want to hear, we are saying that it's always first come, first serve. Hopefully the government is going to release this where we can access more sponsors, including us being sponsors as well. But we are saying that we will look at, as the payment went, we'll choose people on that note. I will get them there. Now, there's a part that, even though I don't like talking about it like that, but it is true. Be ready for accommodation because it could be very cold here. And sorry, who's that? Can you mute yourself, please? So be ready for accommodation. That's where you start from. Accommodation, you need to at least plan the first 3 months of accommodation. And it is possible for you to do care work. It depends. Some people want to give you to do care work, mix it up with some other things on the weekend, depending on what your working hours are. There's other things that you can actually add to your care work. We will be there to actually advise you. As at this afternoon, I have a meeting with someone, one of a massive construction director for people who build, like government projects. What we are doing is we want to discuss with him to see if we can secure a few houses for accommodation, where we work in partnership with them, looking at what the trouble is. It doesn't mean, so there's no promising anybody about accommodation. Some people already have people down here that they've been talking to. But I'm saying we are realistic to tell you that there is challenge about that as well. When people are relocated, especially the people that are coming for students and all that want to relocate there, people that are relocating their family, they are facing a whole lot. But they are getting places and they are getting settled. And it also depends on where you're coming. When you're coming to London, London rate is higher. If you're going outskirts, it's a whole lot outskirts. It's a lot cheaper. So plan yourself for the next 3 months when it comes to accommodation. Is extremely important. So we are looking at qualification, which I believe is the pinnacle of this. It's not even a certificate of sponsorship. Because if they sponsor you and you don't have anything, you don't even know what you're going to do, nobody's prepared you. Yeah, you'll be looking like, unfortunately, let me use the word a fool. But I'm saying that if you already know what to expect, and we've painted the scenario to you, we Nigerians have said we are smart. Once we take the training, we know what is going on. Now, somebody's asking about how long the training will be. Well, the training, we are looking at, it could take anything, because we've asked it, there's guided learning hours on the training, but it could take anything up to 2 months. Or probably even more or less. Like Dio rightly said, it depends on you, candidate, how much you want this. Are you making sense on paper? Are you convincing your assessor that you are ready to do this? So it depends on the person. This is not, this is proof of competence, rather than you just going to school and study. No, this is proof of competence. So it totally depends on you. But we will expect everybody to have completed that training within 3 months, even the dumbest person. That is the level 2 within 3 months. And if you decide to go for the level 3 after, all it does is it helps you more. Level 3 is a supervision level, remember. So basically, you're opening yourself up to understand what supervisors do already in the trade before you even hit the ground, which makes it even better. So we've got 20 more minutes. Any more question, or Dio, do you want to say anything? Or sorry, ASQ team. Does anyone want to say anything? I've got Ebenezer, I've got the Lagos office people, Obi. Does anyone want to say anything? So any more questions? We are open to questions now.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Omoto Agun. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. So I just have a few questions. Thank you very much for the session. My first question, if you already have a care certificate from, do you guys sponsor people who already have care certificates, or we still need to do your own training before you can help with a sponsor?
Oh, but why train you in something you already know? So if you've got a care certificate, first thing first, we have to do our due diligence to verify it, to make sure that it meets our standard. The only time you can retake it is even though you've taken a training, but it doesn't make our standard, or it's an in-house training. What we are trying to get to these people, because our reputation is online. If I tell somebody to say that I'm going to do this, I want them to understand that that's exactly what I'm going to do. That I'm going to bring people with off-course certified qualification. That's what we're going to do. So if you've gone in, they've trained you in care in the UK, and it's in-house, I know straight away once they show me your certificate. If it's in-house, you're going to have to take this again, all over. If it's not in-house, if it's off-course stamped, sorry, I've got a bit of neck pain. If it's off-course stamped, basically, and then you don't have to go through that. We go to the next stage. But the next thing that we are talking about, again, is by the list. There are some people that have come from, there's one person that's right on top, that whatever we do, that's the person we are considering first, except the person does not meet the rest of the criteria, like qualification, the person didn't pass it, or like, except they don't meet that criteria. We move on to the next person down the line. if you understand what I mean. So you might have care certificate if it's not off-call approved, which is what they use in this country, will not put you forward to any of these sponsors that we're talking to, or even us as a sponsor. We know what the rules are, and like Dio said, vicarious liability, we would not, because they will come and ask us, so what's the training? We can prove everything. Say, look, we taught them this, we taught them that, we taught them that. That's the next line that we're going to teach them. This is what we're giving them to do. With that, this is how people win court battles. This is how companies do not have to pay out millions of pounds because there's traceability. And that's exactly what we're going to do here, traceability. So did that answer your question?
Yeah, well, yes, it did. I guess, like you said, I can, one, send my certificate for it to be verified.
Yes.
And then if you guys feel that, okay, meets your standard, I'd just like to know, okay, so what's the next stage in terms of your progression? How do we know, okay, we've moved from those care standard stage to the next stage? And then what's the fee? How do we know what to expect? What's the fee, and then the duration of progression? Is it time bound to say, okay, as you move from one stage to another, within this stage, once you have this, maximum is this period, maximum is this number of maybe a week or a month or two, and then once you have all of this, you progress to the next stage? Or is there time bound to all of this progression?
Okay, so what we are giving you at the moment, very good question. What we are giving you at the moment is for us first to create a profile for you. Creating a profile means that we want to be able to understand you, understand your background, your education background, have you on the system and educate you and get you a certificate. Then we move on to the next level to say, okay, now we've got 5 people, 10 people, 20 people that have done this training. We already have people that we are talking to. Maybe we've used up all our sponsorship stuff. We want to approach other sponsors now. And we go to them to say, look, this person, this is so, this person has a degree in physics, he has a degree in this, he has a degree in that from this university. This person basically is strong, is this age, is that. This person is taking level 2 award and level 3 award in that. That means you can even use him as a temporary supervisor for starting in your organization. This person is good to go. What we need is your certificate of sponsorship. For us to bring this person, we can vouch for this person, and then we arrange the come. So that's how it happens. It's step by step. The first step that we believe, or the most important step to me, or that I want people to see, is first get the right qualification before you can even say anything. If you get that right qualification, I believe that it will put you a step. Now, there's a few amount of money to spend, and this thing will be spelled out. So what we do at ASQ is we draw like something like a roadmap. Once you've taken that roadmap, we will send to you hopefully next week. If you have that question, email us, ask us for a roadmap for you to know at what stage, and that roadmap will come with a lot of questions, will come with cost and things like that. It will adjust. The reason why we are not releasing much of those roadmap and all that now is because of the directive that is coming in February that is not being released. If we release anything now, I cannot, whatever I shake, so if I shake someone's hand to say that that's a deal. If the deal doesn't pay me and I find out that I messed up later, I have to stay with the deal. This is my own mentality. So we cannot commit everything right now until we get this new directive this February, hopefully. But one thing we are sure of is this qualification. So while we are waiting, let's go past this qualification stage, anybody that's going to come for it, and then hopefully we will have a clearer picture of how things are going to happen and how things are going to pan out, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm fine. Thank you. So we I don't know if you can probably share with us on this platform emails or details of who we can contact with regards to your trainings and the fee, so that we can follow up after this session, and then wait, like you said, wait for if we need to start the trainings now before February, while we're waiting for more clarifications, we would probably know the direction we're going, the training fee, and then if we need to start training before February, when we now have a broader picture of all other requirements that will be applicable after the training session.
Okay, thank you so much. We are gonna Dayo, or Chiazo. Is Chiazo there? Chiazo?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Good man. Can you kindly make that link basically available to everyone right now, if possible?
Okay, I'll put it on the chat section.
By the way, just to introduce Charles. Charles is our IT guru from Lagos. Basically, he's the one that makes everything happen, the website, everything. He's a Nigerian, very competent, and he's created so we emphasize that you're going to ask this question already, Madam Omotoro. And so we've created a link where you will go on, you will register on the link, and then you will click whether you're interested in qualification or sponsorship under that. And, and then once you've gathered all this, what we'll be doing is contacting everybody individually to discuss the price, to discuss what's going on, advise you about where we are at the sponsorship stage and things like that. But that is going to be the next line of action or the next line of communication when you go on. So this links you directly to our website, I think, where we'll be able to, communicate with you better. And then we already have you set up on the database. What we do here in the UK is we have every single one of the 10,000 or more people that we've trained. We have an extensive folder on them. So somebody can come and meet me now and say, although we only, because of GDPR policy, we keep it for a certain time. Or depending on what we sign on the policy with the person. Some people might say, look, keep it there because we trust you. I might come for something else and it will extend beyond 3 years. But under GDPR UK policy, we can only keep it for 3 years. But a lot of people advise us to keep it longer because they want to come for something else. And then it's easy to access their, passport details and stuff like that. So yes, that's what. So I believe Charles has shared that to everyone. That's the registration. Please go in, complete the form. If you are interested, we can take it from there. I can see somebody, Mr. Samuel. It looks like you're in a construction site in the UK. Yeah, please unmute yourself. We can't hear you, Mr. Samuel. Wow. If it's possible, you can type it. You can type what you want. We can't hear you. You can type what you want, and then we can answer your question. So any more questions, please? That gentleman looks like he's on a construction site somewhere. Maybe not the UK, maybe Nigeria. I don't know. We've got something in stock for the construction, as you are, Mr. Samuel. It's a different kettle of fish. Is even a whole lot more interesting than to me, unfortunately. Oh, you're in Qatar. Oh, Mr. Samuel, welcome. So have we trained you before in Qatar? Yeah, so this might be one of the people that we've trained in Qatar. So I don't know if everybody can see, it's in Qatar. And these are the people that are helping build, the stadium preparing for the Olympics. They've been on massive projects, the railway stations and things like that. I wish you could hear me, or I wish you could speak himself. Please try and unmute yourself again if you can. Or Mr. Adeni wants to say something. Go ahead, please.
I wanted to say there are 2 people here raising their hands. If you
oh, yes, please, Mr. Ebenezer, if you can please let them in, please.
I think the first person is Elizabeth Kumshi.
Yes.
Then we'll have Boson later.
Yes, Elizabeth.
Hello, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I'm so excited on this journey. Presently, I'm in the UK on a visit, but looking forward to going through your link.
Oh, that's good.
So Omotoro have asked the question, in case we pay now, when are we starting? Are we waiting till February?
Yes, so if you pay now, well, you're getting yourself ahead of the queue because the way we are looking at it, to deliver this is only 20 in a class. So we can't do more than that. And we can only put so many assessors on it because we don't want, there's a way we control this. So training in the class, so if you pay now, it's up to you. You are going to be in the first class. If you pay after the next 20, you're going to be in the second class. Hopefully we're going to get, we've got one extremely good assessor that we've discussed with the awarding body. We are hoping to get 3 more. If we are able to get, so within the next couple of weeks, I believe we will be able to get those other 2. So if we're able to get them, then it will be a case of us running the classes concurrently. But if not, it will have to be that one person that will be using for the classes, unfortunately. Please, there's 6 more minutes. I would like, so does that answer your question quickly?
Yeah, it does. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Blossom, can you please say what you want to say?
If you're mute, Blossom, please.
Blossom, if you mute yourself, please.
Thank you so much. I just want to ask that as a medical doctor, if I get a sponsorship certificate,
yes,
like with your under you, like after the training and start working in the UK, can I proceed to write my PLAB exam?
Yes. So what I would do is I would advise you strongly. I will advise you strongly. So my wife is a dentist, and she came from Nigeria, and she wrote her exam. She wrote ORE. It's called ORE for dentists, and she wrote her exams here, and she passed. And I know a lot of doctors who've written their exams and passed. And believe it or not, you're still under the healthcare stuff. So what we'll do is, I personally, Blossom, would look for doctors that I know that have been through your process and link you with them. So that, so that you are able, so that we ease you into the system and you're able to pass it. These things are not easy and they are not cheap. And the fact about it is passing them once. Once you pass them once, it gives you another even edge at all. If you can pass it once. Like an ORE is so hard to pass once. But thank God and Nigerians do so. So just quickly before we go out, can you do us a favor? I think everybody is saying that we're a legit organization. I would just like, so I'm not saying people should go ahead and discuss what we discuss here today, because it'll be unfair on some people. Can you please go ahead and go into that portal and just leave a comment about what you've heard here today, how we've done. That is, I'm talking about, what's the portal?
Telegram.
Telegram. Thank you. The Telegram. Go on the Telegram, do that. We will hopefully be holding a second one in February, like this one will come about. And this second one, we want to sort of wait a little bit till when we have a bit of direction, when there's directive, and then we can hold this meeting. By then, we expect to start training people. So even if we haven't trained people, we expect to know the first set of people that are going to go on our training by then. So we are not sure we would get across on that platform again, bring the flyers out, do the advert for people to understand where we are coming from and what we are doing. The same way that we felt like we're naive, we're not going to reveal any details. People are going to pay for the session. Even people that didn't pay for the session today, they know what they've lost. People that paid for the session. So if you pay for that session that time, that small 5K, you will get back to that list. So we are offering you that chance now. Basically, that you didn't pay, you're here, we let you see it. You have to come back into that second session painfully to go and pay that 5K before you can get on the list to get that level to 350K. Save yourself 45K. No, save yourself 40K now. Eventually, I think. Or for 45K, I say. So a quick one before everything goes out.
Just before we round up, it's very, very important that the link that is pasted, that we use the link for communication. It takes you directly to our website. You can leave your information and tell us what you want. You can you can state it there, and then we'll be able to follow up on that. And just as we've said earlier, we are giving preferential treatment to those that paid for this seminar. And for the people that paid for this webinar, for the people that paid, we will look at, if you go onto the link and you fill it up, and so we will look at and we will give special attention to them in the order of them coming in. Just as he said, please take note.
It's going to go on now. Thank you so much, everybody.
And
it's
also,
so nice.
please, you can also join us on our social media platforms.
Yes.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Please,
yes,
can you upload quickly for them here?
So,
quickly, we've got a minute before it goes out.
Yeah, just search for ASQ Services and
ASQ Services on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, ASQ Services. Please join us, give us a like, do whatever you want. We are here to support you, and we'll definitely will see you through by God's grace. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah. Cheers.
I hope it's been worth your while.
We hope it's been worth your while as well. Cheers. Bye-bye.